In order not to forget the significance and the meaning of all of this, grandmother's creation came from the rock on the ground, the stone. So you'll take 7 rocks to represent the 7 levels of creation. Giver of life, grandfather, son, mother, earth, Glooskap, grandmother, nephew, and mother. 7. So you take 7 stones and put them in the fire, and then you also recognize the 7 original families. Okay, Mi'kmaq and all those other Algonquian speaking nations. 7 more rocks. 7 more rocks to represent the 7 clans of each of those groups. Like Geskabegiwa, Signiktugewa, Ebeg, Gespogwitgewa, Sugabanagadigewa, Eskegiaewa, and Unama'ki. There'd be the 7 districts of the Mi'kmaq Grand Council, and these are the families in those 7 areas. So 7 more rocks would be brought into the fire. That's 21 rocks so far. But he said 7 more rocks to represent the 7 sacred medicines that are the strongest medicines for each one of those 7 original families. And the Mi'kmaq brought the Gigwasuapsk, which is a calamus root. And the Mi'kmaq chief, who represented his family, inside of this sweat lodge, the sweat lodge that is made like a north face dome tent, but it has sort of like 2 saplings bent over together, east to west, 2 north to south, 2 diagonally, and the 7th one to weave everything together. We put 7 skins of animals, the bear, moose, caribou, over the sweat lodge, and the 7 rocks are in the direction of the east. The door of the sweat lodge is open towards the east, and the fire is there, and it has 28 rocks in the fire. And we come inside, and all the chiefs that represent the 7 original families sit around inside the sweat lodge, which is only about this high, and it's about 12, 13 feet wide, and 7 of the original chiefs from the original family sit around in this honoring the grandmother through the heating the rocks and bringing 7 rocks inside and 7 chiefs inside. You close the door and you put the water on the rocks to create the steam, because dew formed over the rocks, if you recall, at grandmother's creation. So water is placed on the rocks, and usually the water, sometimes it's salt water, sometimes it's water that has been boiled with cedar boughs or spruce boughs or spruce bark of the spruce tree, and the water has medicinal value in it when you throw it on the rocks, and it is a medicine that we sweat inside, pray inside. We ask for, when we're doing the first sweat, we're facing the direction of the east, and we're praying for the Glooskap, our leadership. And so we pray around for our leadership, and we give thanks and everything. And then our sweat is actually us offering our body, part of our body, back to Mother Earth. Some cultures have what they call a sun dance, and they pierce their skin and they offer their blood to Mother Earth. This is part of the negotiation process for our sustenance and our survival. So the sweat lodge ceremony, you're offering your sweat, you're enduring heat. It's hot in there, and you're sweating. So the door opens. Come on, bring in 7 more rocks. This time we're going to honor the grandmothers, the knowledge and wisdom keepers. So they bring in the 7 more rocks, close the door, it's black inside, and all you see is the glowing red rocks that are in there, and the heat that is emanating from there. And then water is poured on the rocks, and so steam is created, and we sweat again and again to our grandmothers and all knowledge keepers, and so on and so forth. So, and then the door is open, then we bring in 7 more rocks for the young people. we honor the young people. And then we do the same thing, and then we open the steam goes out, and everybody takes a deep, fresh breath air of fresh air, a breath of fresh air. So, and then they call 7 more rocks for the last round to honor the direction of Earth and our mothers. And so this is how we do the sweat lodge ceremony. But long ago they said there were 7 rounds to honor Giver of Life and Grandfather, Son, and Mother Earth as well. So I did one, and it takes about 6 hours altogether to do that sweat lodge. It's really, really hot and really long, and it's you come out of there and you feel like you're as light as a feather, because you've sweated off a lot of the weight in your body, which is liquid.